Welcome to The Explainer. Look, today we're unpacking a highly intense, deeply provocative philosophy. This whole explainer is designed to fundamentally shift your mindset from passive comfort to relentless action. We're breaking down the core message of kill the boy and let the man be born, straight from the insights of the growth paradox. The premise? We're all born a blank slate, right? We naturally crave warmth and safety. But to achieve actual greatness, you have to hold up a brutal mirror to your daily excuses. It's all about trading the comfort you naturally crave for the growth you desperately need. Let's dive in. So let's start with a really crucial question. Who is that quiet voice constantly whispering, maybe tomorrow? You hear him, don't you? That's what we call the soft boy inside all of us. It's that part of your mind that just cries for safety, the part that points fingers and blames others for why we aren't where we want to be. It desperately hopes the world will just get a little easier. Make no mistake, that voice whispering maybe tomorrow is the ultimate gatekeeper standing between who you currently are and who you could potentially be. This brings us to the core dichotomy of the whole philosophy. Think of it like this. On one side, we have the boy. He blames, he waits, he dreams, and above all else, he just craves comfort. On the other side, the man. He adapts, he executes, he hunts, and he actually craves the challenge. The message here is incredibly stark. It's time to metaphorically kill that boy, because he runs from pain. The man, on the other hand, charges directly into discomfort. He builds his life, his kingdom, with bloody hands. You literally cannot rise to the top if you let the boy keep his hands on the steering wheel. Comfort is a coffin disguised as luxury. Let that sink in. The source really drives home that the illusion of a soft life is a dangerous, dangerous trap. See, comfort doesn't care about your growth. It seduces you. It sneaks up with a fluffy pillow whispering that you've done enough, that you deserve a break. But ultimately, comfort only wants you weak. It wants you slow and completely dependent. Honestly, it kills way more dreams than failure ever will. Because at its absolute core, comfort is just a seductive trap. It makes you soft, distracted, and fragile. The crucial takeaway here is that you must actively hunt pain and chase those challenges. This philosophy asserts a very binary rule. If you don't kill comfort, comfort will absolutely kill you and your edge. Think about it. Every great warrior or builder in history was forged in the fire, not in the lap of luxury. They flat out refused ease. To escape that trap, you really have to understand how strength is formed in the first place. Muscle isn't built by lifting, it's built by tearing. It's a fantastic biological metaphor for psychological resilience, right? Just like muscle fibers, your mind, your will, and your soul are built by breaking down and then rebuilding stronger. You are forged in the intense heat, the pressure, and the endless repetition of the daily grind. True growth doesn't come from calm. It comes from absolute chaos. Which brings us to a pretty harsh truth. Growth is violent. Change is demolition. You literally have to burn the old version of yourself to the ground to build the new one. You don't rise up by resting on the couch. You rise by crawling through the mud. You have to take hits, absorb the heavy blows life throws at you, and throw them right back. The source material emphasizes a great point. Warriors don't say, "I don't feel tired." They say, "I don't listen to tired." So ask yourself right now, am I proud of who I'm becoming? The text makes a fascinating point about the mirror. Look, you can lie to your friends, you can lie to your family, and you can absolutely lie to the rest of the world, but you can never, ever lie to the mirror. It doesn't care about your image or your perfectly crafted excuses. It is your ultimate judge, staring back with the unfiltered, harsh truth of your daily choices. Living in that mirror, checking in for that raw accountability, well, that's how you actually earn your own self-respect. And this leads us to fundamentally redefine a word we all throw around all the time: freedom. It is not doing whatever you want whenever you want. That's just slavery to laziness, distraction, and cheap dopamine hits. Real, true freedom is earning control over your life through extreme discipline and quiet sacrifice. It's setting the alarm for 4 a.m., eating clean, and showing up to do the work when there is absolutely no spotlight on you. It's putting yourself in the driver's seat of your own mind so you don't live in chaos. It totally changes how we look at validation. The boy waits to be seen, right? He needs the applause and he's constantly looking outward for a pat on the back. But the man, he disappears into the dark. He grinds in silence and he demands more from himself for himself. If you want to be genuinely great, you have to cut out the noise of social media, step into the dark where literally no one is cheering, and build your toughness in absolute silence. This brings us to what the source perfectly calls the crucible of silence. No audience, no applause, just raw, exposed execution. Because sure, doubt is loud, but purpose is louder. Greatness isn't forged on a stage, guys. It's built in empty rooms where you are raw, exposed, and the only sound is your purpose screaming through the noise of your own doubt. You forge yourself in the dark. You earn your confidence exactly when no one is clapping for you. To survive that crucible, you have to realize something pretty fast. Motivation is a total myth. Obsession, though, obsession is permanent. You have to stop waiting for a fleeting pep talk or some random spark of inspiration to get you moving. Motivation fades. It's just a temporary emotion. To truly succeed, you need to be relentlessly obsessed with your craft and completely willing to work while the rest of the world is sleeping. You run on systems and discipline, not how you happen to feel when you wake up on a random Tuesday morning. Now, this kind of permanent obsession requires a very specific type of hunger. We aren't talking about needing a meal. It's about wanting everything, staying uncomfortable on purpose, and endlessly starving for growth. This specific type of hunger is exactly what separates the man from the boy. The text argues fiercely that if you feel satisfied just because you got a nice car or a cheap compliment from someone, your drive is already decaying. You have to purposefully put yourself in rooms where you are the least skilled, just so you are forced to evolve. This leads directly to a very stark realization. You get what you bleed for. You don't get what you wish for. You definitely don't get what you post about online or what you merely hope will happen one day. Real success? It's paid for in blood, torn hands, missed parties, and raw, unfiltered pain. It's a brutal transaction for sure, but an honest one. That pain acts as your receipt. It proves that you actually showed up and paid the price. Which brings us to the whole concept of keeping your word. The boy tosses out empty promises and folds the second comfort whispers in his ear. The man speaks once. His word is absolute law and he executes relentlessly. Your word has to become an unbreakable weapon. If you promise yourself 10 reps, you do 10. Not 8, 10. You turn your daily habits into an ironclad contract with yourself. You say less and you do way more. But look, all of this execution starts on the mental battlefield. Every single thought is a seed, and your mindset dictates your reality. Think of your minds like a garden. If you water fear and doubt, trust me, they will multiply. But if you feed that garden discipline, grit, and vision, you become completely unstoppable. It's all about being intentional with that very first domino, your thoughts. Because at the end of the day, you simply can't outwork a broken mindset. So how do we actually rewire that mindset? Well, it happens in a relentless sequence. First, you win the morning. Then, you win the habit. And ultimately, you win the war in your mind. You just have to stack the work, stack the pain, and stack the discipline. Dominate your day by making one unshakable decision right now to take the wheel of your mind, instead of letting it drive you on autopilot. Remember, your thoughts are not facts. Just because you feel weak doesn't mean you are finished, not by a long shot. Because here is the real danger of not taking control. Every excuse is a brick in a wall that will eventually trap you. You have to stop blaming your past. Stop waiting for the perfect conditions. You need to smash the lies you've been fed since birth about playing it safe, blending in, and waiting for things to feel quote-unquote realistic. Excuses might feel good for about 5 seconds, but they leave you stuck, bitter, and totally average. Smashing those excuses requires taking that crucial first step. Start small, start scared, start messy, but you have to start now. The hardest part is always the beginning. But the crucial point here is that motion creates power. You must start moving even when you are exhausted and terrified, because newsflash, the perfect moment simply does not exist. Clarity only shows up after you've already stepped into the unknown. And this leads to perhaps the most sobering point of this entire explainer. No one is coming to save you. You have to build your own rescue team. Look in the mirror and accept that nobody, not your parents, not your friends, not a coach, not a boss, is coming to drag you out of the mess you built with your own 2 hands. If you have no mentor, be your own. If you have no support, build your own fire. You get exactly what you earn in this life. Ultimately, taking that action brings everything full circle. The real war is fought when nobody's watching. You are fighting a daily war against your own self-imposed limits. It's literally you versus you. And you win it by keeping the promises you make to yourself. When the lights are off, the alarm is blaring, and your body is screaming no, but your mind says go. That right there, that is absolute ownership. Which leaves us with this final, incredibly provocative thought. What would you bleed for without hesitation? Because every single morning, you face a brutal choice. Do you stay soft, stay the excuse, and let the boy live? Or do you kill the excuses, run straight into the fire, and let the man be born? Find that vision that keeps you up at night and let it fuel your fire. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Keep pushing those limits, and I'll see you next time.